So this is Conker's 12 Tales on the N64. It was going to be this cutesy little kind of platformer from Rare. Instead, they decided to adult it up and turned it into Conker's Bad Fur Day, which so quite different from this.
So yeah, poor Earthbound, or Mother 3, as you might better know it. This is basically an N64 game that became a Game Boy Advance game, but took, what, 7 or 8 years to do it. So what you're looking at here is the N64 version, which I don't think anyone really ever played. It was demoed like this, very, very early days in the N64, by the guy who did the original Mother, or Earthbound as it was known in the States when it came out on the SNES, and it was also available on the NES in Japan. And yeah, it looked brilliant. And basically, this game did become the GBA game. All the characters, the kind of scenarios and everything. Yeah, it was all there, just on GBA. And we reviewed it in the last issue of NGC magazine, our spiritual forebear. And yeah, it was pretty good.
So this is Rare's Donkey Kong Racing. It was planned to be a GameCube title. It was going to be the sequel to Diddy Kong Racing, the N64 title. As you can see, it's kind of you couldn't really tell what the game was going to be like from this video, but it was going to be a sort of slightly bigger version of that smaller title. Not to be linked in any way with DK Bongo Blast, which will hopefully be coming out at some point later this year. This is a trailer for Dead Phoenix. It was one of the 5 Capcom exclusive GameCube titles, along with Resident Evil, Beautiful Joe, Killer 7 and PN03. It was cancelled, it never got released on GameCube. Another mysterious disappearance. This was Kirby Adventure on GameCube. This video was released, but very little else is known about the title. Now this one's a bit of an oddity. It's Rebirth on the GameCube. Now to say that this was a game that never was is slightly false, in that it was never intended to be a game. Shown at the Space World in 2000, this was a tech demo for the GameCube, which a lot of people thought might actually be a game, because not much was known about it. But then Mixcore, who made it, came out and said no, it was a GameCube. But it was still quite a big deal because it sort of showed what the GameCube was capable of, and there was always speculation about whether or not this was running in real time on the GameCube or if it was this sort of pre-rendered thing. So it's it has its place. Not a game, but an important piece of GameCube history. This is a trailer for Dead Phoenix. It was one of the 5 Capcom exclusive GameCube titles, along with Resident Evil, Beautiful Joe, Killer 7 and PN03. It was cancelled, it never got released on GameCube.
So, I mean, this is the main one we wanted to show you on this DVD. This is Starfox 2. Now, a game of Star Fox's kind of caliber and Star Fox's kind of reputation, you would expect to have a sequel on the Super Nintendo, and indeed, there was one, and this is it. It was, you know, to all intents and purposes, pretty complete. This is the team at Argonaut in the UK who were creating it. And, yeah, you can see some new characters there at the bottom. And yeah, this level select is obviously only part of the kind of test cartridge, but yeah, it never made it to the shops. Whether that was because Nintendo kind of shifted focus to the N64, whether they just weren't sure about the gameplay, you know, no one knows. But what's really interesting is that all this time since we've been talking about Star Fox 2, does it exist? Then then someone finding the actual game and people playing it, people doing their sort of homemade translations for it. Now, Star Fox Command on DS is essentially Star Fox 2. Had the same programmer, the guy who led Star Fox Command was one of the guys working on Star Fox 2. And he's obviously brought a lot of the mechanics back. You're kind of travelling across a map. There's a bit of a kind of strategic element. So you can see a lot of what would have been on the Super Nintendo on the DS version. And yeah, but would have been great to sit on the SNES as well. Plays really well.
So this is Dinosaur Planet, originally planned for the N64 from Rare. It was eventually became Starfox Adventures on GameCube. The change mainly occurred due to the fact that it came towards the end of the N64 lifespan, and they sort of figured that it would be better on GameCube. Plus the whole change to the Starfox franchise and eliminating these original dinosaur characters. But you can see a lot of the game still remains as it was on the N64.
General Scale, ruler, tyrant, and dictator of the Sharp Claw tribe. And who might you be?